Okay, so off camera we talked about some people think they can't make certain things happen in Fresno because it's a small town, when in reality it's not actually a small town. It's just maybe some of the people have small town mentalities. And you say like some of the same things people go across country or across state or the next state over to do, they can get it done in Fresno. So do you think you leaving Fresno at an early age helped you, or do you think if you stayed here you would have been able to accomplish some of the same things that you accomplished by leaving?
Yeah, but I would have been able to, but in a different way. I wouldn't have had this much of an impact.
Yeah.
Because shout out to my mom. She was the one who made me go to St. Louis because I really didn't want to go. And she was like, "Nah, you go out there. It's bigger than Fresno. You know what I'm saying? Go out there." And then my university that I went to was a majority, not majority, probably about 40% foreigner kids. So my homies was from Egypt, from Saudi Arabia. I clicked with the Bohemians. You know what I'm saying? Them was my dogs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting different perspectives. You know, so I mean, I would have done what I wanted to do because I'm ambitious like that. But at the impact level, I don't think it would have been as big because I have more to offer. I want to have because I've been around and I'm a world traveler. So now I got a whole package as opposed to just, hey, I'm just creative and I'm here and this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? I got a whole, boom. You want to go to New York and work in the fashion industry? Okay, boom. Here, email this person. Yeah, they're gonna take care of you. You have
more broader connections to where you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense, bro. Like what we was talking about off camera, you was just your whole thing is you want to give back, and you want to show them there's different avenues. You don't have to be the drug dealer. You don't have to be the pimp. You don't have to go the wrong route. There's money in a legal way. Yeah. Like everybody want to touch the back. Everybody want to dress a certain way, and we think, oh, you have to take this route. No, you can go this route, and you can also express yourself. You don't like how you was describing the young lady that did that painting. That was dope, bro. And you said that also like grabbed you and was just like, yeah, this is what I'm doing this for. Like this is my purpose. Mm-hmm. Like how far do you want to take this?
Yeah, we're going state to state. That's the 5-year plan. The 5-year plan that I had originally was just to be in a few schools, right, and all that shit happening within a year. You know what I'm saying? All that. Shout out my dog, Vic. Trim Barbershop just walked in the building.
Cousin Vic in the building. And while Vic walked, I meant to tell you, like we can't bang the tables, Cuddy, because it's like the mic is like a noise.
They can hear that. They can hear the echo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Better living.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the?
How far you want to take this?
Yeah, we're going. My God, we're going state to state with it. That's the plan. From here, we're going to St. Louis and tapping in with my brother Dustin English, Mike Woods. They're from St. Louis. We're going to Atlanta. Shout out my boy Hakeem. They're from Atlanta. We're going to Memphis. Shout out my boy Trey. They're from Memphis. We're going to Miami. Shout out my boy Al. Shout out Sonny, which is a Fresno native. Sonny and Tonovit.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah. Shout out to them. So yeah, that's within the next 5 years, and then shit, we're going to Africa with it.
Oh, that's what's up, bro.
All right, speaking of Fresno natives again, just to shine some more light on Fresno, like again, there's a lack of recognition. People don't give a lot of recognition to Fresno people. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, you was telling us a story about how you ran into people from Fresno in Europe. You ran into people in Fresno just based on a picture. Y'all had that connection, and y'all went to middle school together without even knowing. Y'all connected just off of a speaker that you created, like. Some of the people that you ran into from Fresno randomly, like, give us a couple of stories on that.
Yeah, man. Kyle. Yeah. pull up to this, because this.
You saw the world, the fashion world, like the ultimate fashion world. You saw the art world. You didn't see it through a computer screen. You didn't see it in a book. You seen it like right in front of your face, shook hands and rubbed shoulders with elites in that world. So
I get that to my mom, man, because she knew, okay, you're gonna go to Clover schools from elementary, kindergarten all the way up to 7th grade. You're gonna switch you over and you're gonna go to Fresno Unified. And I know how to communicate with the white people, with the Armenians. I grew up with them, so it ain't nothing like, forget them white people or fuck them and all that other. I knew how to communicate with them, so I was, you know what I'm saying, and that all the way till now, you know what I'm saying. So to go back to the Fresno Connects in New York, so I'm at Fashion Week. This is the same day I met June Ambrose. It's the same show, actually. Shout out to my dog Kirby. He's the creative director for Pierre Moss. We had his show. I'm sitting front row. I got my Louis speaker, and mind you, side note, gotta throw this in. So I was arguing with some co-workers because they were like, oh, we need this, I gotta have this for Fashion Week, I gotta have it. I'm like, you don't need all that expensive stuff, like, because the majority of the stuff when I was shopping was either vintage or Zara or H&M, because that just, it fits my body type. And I'm like, you don't need all this stuff to be fly doing, and they were like, yeah, you don't know what you're, I'm like, okay. Give me $100 budget. I will go shut Fashion Week the fuck down. $100. And I went and bought everything from, besides the glasses that I already had because I worked with the company. Right. Besides the boots that I did the 2-day job with and got for free. Everything else was under $100. And shut Fashion Week completely fucking down. You know what I'm saying? So I be one motherfuckers to know that perspective. It ain't about wearing name brand shit and motherfuckers out here dressing like a fucking mannequin and all that. No, man, that's not where it's at. Anywho, so at this show, I'm sitting front row, and this random woman, takes this picture and posts it, and it goes, viral. I don't know who this is, but this person shut Fashion Week down.
That's what they said about you. They explained it.
Yeah. And mind you, this person is a fashion historian. She was a fashion director at Fordham Law School in fashion law. And so she'd be taking trips overseas to the denim factories in Japan. And she's real close with Deborah Dan as well. So she posts this picture and everybody hit me up, boom, 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 boom. We know each other, Come to find out, she went to Tanaka. We went to middle school together. She graduated from Boone. She's from Fresno. I have no clue, never met her in middle school, nothing or anything like that. My bad about the taps. But and it's just random shit like that that's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like the universe is like,
the universe told with you.
You're right where you're supposed to be. Yeah. And based off that connection, she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, look, I have the speaker, boom, 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 boom. And she put me in a symposium at Fordham Law School. She put me, I'm sitting on a panel with the global director for like Chanel, for Equinox, the head director of Heisner Body, which was Jeff Carvalho at the time, and Virgil Abloh's lawyer, who was the creative director, Kanye's right-hand man and creative director for years, and the creator of Off-White, Ben Trill, all of that, creative director or designer for of men's for Louis Vuitton, who just recently passed. With his lawyer, she put me in that position just based off of, we from Fresno, you know what I'm saying? We out here in the big city, and man, the rest is history. The reason why you've seen a Louis Vuitton speaker walking down the runway in January of 2020 is because of me. I had the original version and designed it. My boy Rivers put it together, and his lawyer Shout out to Dejon Jackson, who went to Clovis West, and Gerber Desai, who went to Edison. They were there at the symposium, and they were with me when his lawyer followed me to the train, told him stand, he was so interested, I told him stand back like 40 yards and watch the people around me, watch the people driving by in cars, and watch the people across the street, watch how they react when I turn this shit all the way up and blast some fucking trap music out of here. Just watch. Follow me all the way to the train, asked about all the specs, and me, whatever, I'm giving them all the information. I don't know about doing business and NDAs. I don't know anything about this. I'm just excited.
Yeah.
Virgil fucking lawyer is interested in what I got. And Dejon is right there with through this whole thing. A friend's gonna ask him. And so, next thing you know, he shows Virgil. They asked me to come out to what he does. Asked me to come out there for Fashion Week for their first show. It was like last minute. But I didn't have the money. My money was tight. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I didn't have the funds to get out there. But yeah, fast forward, that shit was, they didn't use it till years later. And that's usually how shit works. People think, oh, you got an idea, we can just make it happen in 30 days. No, that shit takes usually years for that shit to come into fruition.
But when it popped though.
Yeah.
That's what's
Well,
up.
when it got to the stores, when it went down the runway, people didn't know what it was. It went on people's heads. But I was getting texts and emails from people that worked with past companies that I worked with that were out there and was sending me shit from the showroom like, yo, and had the videos of the, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit, that shit is an actual fucking speaker, but it's transparent. In the front, you can't tell. It looks like a purse. If you were to see it and not see the top of it, but if you see it from the side, it looks like a purse. You can't tell. So, yeah, and I was mad. I was gonna go to Doc Prada, who puts every fashion label on brand for stealing from other artists, and Carl calmed me down. Shout out my dog Carl Ross, Wicked Wizards. My dog got his vintage store out there in North Carolina.
Shout out Carl Ross.
Yeah, man, shout out.
Native.
Yeah, man.
Doing things across the country.
All the time, man. That's my brother right there, day one.
Yeah, I remember Carl in high school, bro. Like he just stood out from everybody, bro. Like fashion, basketball star, like bro, he was dope, bro. Like that's what's up.
Yeah, shout out the niggas that's doing things across the country from Fresno.
Yeah, man. Shout out,
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, man. We out here, we tapped in, and there's people out here that's willing to help as well. There's a lot of gatekeepers out here, don't get me wrong, but there's some good ones out here willing to help. You just gotta tap in. And with no better feeling just going to Paris. You know what I'm saying? And getting a hotel, and then my boy Ray Knight, Junior, shout out to him.
Another Fresno native.
Yeah. Fresno, went to Clovis West. We grew up together. Our parents know each other. And getting to Paris, and I got a hotel and asking him about different areas, and him telling me, oh, look, I got this joint. She just went to Korea for like 2 months, so if you need an apartment, you good. What? So, boom, he got me in my own apartment, first time in Paris, with balcony, all of that. In a Fresno person, connection. And he's like,
how wild was it? Like just sitting there, you know, you don't got to get into, but just thinking like, damn, bro, like.
Would you handle that, please?
I got a balcony apartment in Paris. Like how,
Handle
like
that,
just
please?
did it kind of just hit you like, you're like, damn, bro, I just feel unreal.
Would you handle that,
it didn't
please?
feel unreal. It just felt, everything felt like, okay, this is the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you got to make it make sense.
Right.
You can't do this shit just for the pictures and the memories and all that shit. You got to monopolize off this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So now it made me more comfortable. My money was tight at the time. Oh, this thing gave me, I ain't got to pay nothing to, okay, now I can maneuver a little better. Now when I go to an event, if it's the price, I can pay a little bit more because the money that I would have to pay for hotels.
Tells you how to do.
Yeah, now I can eat at a better restaurant or go up to a bar at a 5-star restaurant just to network. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I like it. You know what I'm saying? If it's a woman, oh, I like the Gucci Soho bag. Oh, I like the the diagnosis bag. You know what I'm saying? That's how I fuck motherfuckers up with, because I know my product.
Right.
And I can name what a motherfucker got on, and I used to fuck them up because I'm a nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Go up and fuck their ass up, boy, naming everything that a fucking woman has on, and boom, 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 and doing that shit overseas.
I want to tap into what you just said. How hard was it, or how hard is it for a black male in that industry to move up?
It's not hard, it's just, you gotta do it right. You gotta you can't come with the emotional shit. We black, we men, we just automatically just emotional about fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's just automatic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not for everybody, but that's how I was. Like, I'm emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just leave that shit. Don't have an opinion about anything. I was a quiet guy. You know what I'm saying? Going in there just fly as fuck. There was a mysteriousness to me. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he just a black dude, but he ain't coming in here talking. He ain't coming in here knowing everybody business. He ain't coming in here going to happy hour every day with everybody, and everybody coming back the next day. Oh yeah, you did that, and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of mystique to me. You know what I'm saying? So I
just
think that
navigating.
helped. That helped. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Coming back once you come back from Paris, what's your day to day? Because you're coming back to New York, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your moves now that you didn't kind of experience that Paris, and you didn't network with people in Paris? How is it coming back to New York now?
Yeah, well, Paris was for 2 weeks.
Right.
I was working at Dior at the time, and they only told me I told them at the interview that I was going to Paris Fashion Week for 2 weeks. Fast forward, the time came up, a bunch of people quit, work was hectic, so they only told me I can go for a week. That happened, I went out there, I quit my job while I was out there, ended up staying in Berlin after Paris for 4 months or whatever, and I love Berlin to this day. I don't think I probably said Berlin maybe 3 times ever in my life since before going out there, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Brandon Knight, Barb Soul Food that y'all was eating out here. He was doing that shit in fucking Berlin, and I was out there doing it.
That's crazy, bro.
Handle that, please.
That's crazy that he got a crack in the
Handle
Berlin.
that, please.
He's good at getting people together. Like he's of Jamaican descent, and he had an uncle that has a restaurant out there as well. But he was doing Barb Soul Food in motherfucking Berlin, which is some fucking legendary shit. And so, yeah, that shit was lit. And so, yeah, coming back, it just made me appreciate life more, and it made me realize, okay, this is where, even though I knew fashion came from there, then it comes here, but I got to see that shit. Oh shit, this really where it fucking comes from. This is really, it starts here and it goes this way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold up. Let me throw this in there. First night, I get to fucking Berlin. We go to this fucking sneaker event. Fucking lit. Brandon introducing me to everybody. This nigga loses his phone. So, you know, I was smoking at the time. We smoking, drinking, and we freestyle. That's our thing. You know, niggas freestyle and smoke, you know what I'm saying? So, we high. It's an open mic at some random spot in Berlin, so in Frankenstein, and so we go, hole in the wall, probably like 20 people in that motherfucker. So we in there, motherfuckers on there doing whatever. We ain't get in yet. We ain't go up yet. We still trying to drink and shit, and we chilling. I look at the entrance, motherfucker come in, fucking big ass fucking hat on and shit. Like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, boom. This person gonna do, come sit right by us, get some weed out, roll up a little joint. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm from, I live in New York, you know, out there visiting, boom, 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 boom. She go, hit the stage. It's like 20 people in here, bro. Like, nobody don't perform for like an hour. Fucking Erykah Badu, bro.
I knew he was gonna say that for some reason. Yeah.
Erykah Badu, dog. Like, this is my first. I'm not even there for fucking. It hasn't even been 4 hours. I don't even think it was 2 hours.
that's
Erica
dope.
Badu. So for some shit like that to happen, it's like, okay, this Berlin is Berlin with the shit. This motherfucker, okay.
That's dope and crazy. Like, bro, Berlin, like Germany, like you would think, like, yeah, it's cracking. Like, that's dope, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, and they got their fashion is on point too. And mind you, right by the Berlin Wall, on the other side of the wall,
Right.
because they broke it down. There's a Universal Records right there, like a big ass building. Universal Records, like, fucked me up. I'm like, what the fuck? In the middle of Berlin, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit is dope as fuck out there, man.
when you say that they fashion is ahead of ours, like, what's the difference?
The silhouettes, the flowy clothes, the Rick Owens, the grunge look, the oversized look, or even the fitted if you're in Europe. But if you're in Berlin, they're more with the Rick Owens, the flowies, the oversized hoodies and shorts and pants and the sneakers coming up to like, it's like a punk goth type
Right.
vibe out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?